In the last video, I showed you how you can take an empty salad container and turn it into a planter to grow fresh and delicious microgreens right in your own home. Today, I'm actually going to show you how to plant the microgreens. Now that we have our planter full of water, our next step is to put the top on it. Now you can add nutrients to the water, you can even check the pH level of the water, but the beauty of the microgreens is they're not actually going to be growing for that long. They're only going to be there for a couple of weeks, so you don't need to be as exact when it comes to the nutrient level. This is just normal tap water. There's nothing fancy to it. Our first step here is going to be to place our top securely on. And the water is already starting to wick its way through the paper towel. Now technically, because the water is coming up here, you could just plant your seeds right on this paper towel and they would grow just fine. But we want to utilize all of this extra growing space. So the next paper towel is going to go right across the top. I actually find that to-go napkins fit perfectly, but for today I want to use a white paper towel so you can see the seeds on camera. If you wait long enough, the water is going to make its way up, but we want to speed this along a little bit, and that's why we have a spray bottle. So we'll go ahead and spray across the top there. And I like to take just a butter knife just to kind of mat this stuff down, because it does tend to bubble a little bit. Now I can already expect some people to be a little grossed out by the fact that there's a label still on there. If it really bothers you, you can peel it off. What I do is I just leave it on. The first couple of grows, the roots are actually going to come down underneath, and when you peel them off, you're actually going to end up peeling that label off. And so save yourself the trouble. You don't have to go through trouble of peeling it. Let the microgreens do the work for you. So now that we have this thoroughly soaked, we're going to go ahead and start to spread out our seeds. So I like to do it just slowly like that to make sure I get some even coverage. And that's what I really like about the containers that our seeds come in, is it makes it easy to plant these without having to deal with a bag or something like that and spill them everywhere. This keeps things nice and neat. And you can sow as many as you want. It's important to keep in mind that because we're growing microgreens and not full-grown kale, we don't need to allow a ton of space between the seeds. They're not going to need a lot of room to grow because they're not going to get that big. So you can see these are really, really close to each other, and that's absolutely fine. So I will even take my clean butter knife and spread them out a little bit gently. And you don't have to be exact. And that is it. So what I like to do after I've planted all these seeds is I'll just spray them a little bit more just to get them nice and wet. Now next we're going to put these in a dark area, but we do still want to get some air circulation. So you're not going to want to just cover them. You'll want to put them maybe in like a hallway where there isn't a whole lot of light throughout the day, but yet you still get good air circulation. I've noticed that the more air is blowing over these seeds, the faster they start to sprout, but you don't want them in the light either. So that's why a hallway that is nice and dark during the day while you're at work is perfect. So today is day 4, and so we've finally been able to take these outside. At this point you can either take them outside to grow them, or you can put a growing light on top. You can put them on your windowsill. But they're fully germinated, and they're actually starting to, if you can see, they've already started to reach for the light just in the hallways.